In times like these, we all need a word of encouragement. From pastor and best-selling author Max Lucado comes the Max Lucado Encouraging Word podcast. With over 40 years of ministry and more than 145 million books sold in 50 languages, Max shares the greatest story ever told, the living Savior who brings hope for a lifetime. Through rich biblical insight, heartfelt storytelling, you'll be reminded that God is always near, always for you, and always in you. Listen to the Max Lucado Encouraging Word podcast, where hope meets your day. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and GodTube, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
A lunch lady's brave act saves a student and her community shows their gratitude. Written by Heather Rickleman, read by Julie Provost. The cafeteria is usually the safest kind of chaos. Plastic trays sliding, kids laughing too loudly, lunch ladies moving with the muscle memory of years spent feeding growing bodies. It's the kind of place where moms trust, without thinking twice, that their children are being watched over. And one ordinary lunch period at Rocky Mountain Middle School proved why that trust matters. In the middle of a busy lunch rush, a student suddenly began having a seizure, and Michelle, one of the lunch ladies, didn't hesitate. She stepped away from her serving line, she called 911, she stayed right there with the student, offering calm, steady care until help arrived. Someone later wrote in about her, saying Michelle jumped into action and stayed with the student to provide calm, caring support till emergency help arrived. It wasn't her job description, but it was her heart. And as a mother, reading that, something softens and steadies all at once, because we send our kids into the world every day carrying backpacks and lunches and pieces of our hearts, hoping and praying that if something goes wrong, someone kind will step in, someone brave, someone who won't look away. Michelle was that someone. Her coworkers and school staff worked together seamlessly. The student was cared for quickly, and later, when Michelle was surprised and publicly thanked, she was moved to tears, because helpers rarely expect to be seen. But that's how God reassures us, isn't it? But he wasn't done yet. When the community heard what she had done, they showed up for her in the same way she had shown up for that child. Through a feel-good Friday surprise, she was honored publicly, thanked, celebrated, and reminded that her compassion mattered. Surrounded by gratitude and encouragement, Michelle was moved to tears, the kind that comes when you realize your quiet faithfulness has been seen. This is how God reassures us, through ordinary people who act with extraordinary care, and through communities that honor goodness when they see it. He places watchers in cafeterias and hallways. He wraps our children in protection through steady hands and brave hearts. And sometimes he lets us see it on full display just to remind us there are still good people out there, still helpers, still a community willing to care for those who care for our kids. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Psalm 121:8.
This month on the Salvation Army's weekly podcast, Words of Life, we're wrapping up a series where we've been focused on Christian writers and authors of all kinds. And beginning March 11th, we'll start sharing a testimony where you'll hear from members of a Salvation Army band right after they returned home from a powerful trip and ministry opportunity in South Africa.
One of the lasting effects that I have of the entire trip was hearing the kids sing back to us.
There's a chorus that says, "What shall I render to Jehovah, for he has done so much for me." And to hear kids who have been abandoned sing that with every bit of their spirit back to God, I will never forget that.
Listen to Words of Life wherever you get your podcasts or visit wordsoflifepodcast.org.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million U.S. citizens carry medical debt. But that's not the whole story. With health insurance, your out-of-pocket and monthly costs are way too high. You get surprise bills, denied claims, and poor customer service. That's a serious burden. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. You can enroll at any time and join a proven, faith-based solution that's both reliable and affordable. CHM isn't just help, it's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Families across the country count on CHM to step in during their hardest moments, and it works. Stand up to health insurance with a low-cost, biblical solution. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
At 81, this grandma turned Minecraft into a way to help pay for her grandson's cancer care. Written by Michaela Gordoni, read by Julie Provost. Who knew a grandma playing Minecraft could help her grandson fight cancer? The grandma herself, Sue Jackwood, didn't know until she went viral. After a little money from her videos comes in, it's all going toward her grandson's medical bills. Ever since her grandkids taught her to play Minecraft, the 81-year-old Arizona resident has been uploading videos under the gamer name Grandma Crackers. Her grandson Jack is currently in remission for sarcoma cancer, which affects soft muscles and tissue. His family still has a lot of medical bills to pay for his chemo treatments. The first couple of months, I was kind of intimidated by Minecraft, she said in her first video, but I've been playing more the past couple of months, and I really enjoyed it, and I invite you to come along with me in this new adventure. Her grandson Austin set up a GoFundMe to help cover Jack's expenses too. You're stepping into a little world that's different than your own, she said. I'm Grandma Crackers because I like graham crackers. People responded so positively, she explained. That's when I realized maybe I could get enough money to help my daughter and her family pay for some of this treatment that Jack's been through. Jack said his treatment was months long and very difficult. He's just a very special young man, Sue said. It was devastating. It's really like a mortgage on a small house by the time you finish the chemo, she said, of the medical bills. Over the past 2 months, Sue's videos have gotten over 500,000 views and 360,000 subscribers. In a special video, Grandma Crackers was joined by Jack on the stream, where she gave him a tour of her Minecraft build. Sue is still trying to get better at the game and has a whole notebook of tips and tricks to help her. Sue has enjoyed the challenge of gaming and encourages other grandmas to try out Minecraft too. I'm thrilled that I can be able to provide any kind of help for him that I can, Sue explained. On January 17th, Austin commented on the GoFundMe page, "The biggest blessing we've received has been Jack's improving health as he is in remission. He continues to fight every day, getting stronger and healthier amid every continuing doctor's visits and follow-ups. It's just incredible that an 81-year-old would take to gaming, but she's doing it for a great cause. I hope she continues to rake in tons of support for Jack."
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
Is life feeling chaotic? I get it. I'm Rachel Wojo, host of the Untangling Life podcast. Don't miss the passionate encouragement and faith-based resources you need to help you clear your head and calm your heart. As Shell says, it feels like Rachel always knows what I need to hear. She keeps it real and is so humble. Her podcast is just the cherry on top. Enjoy Untangling Life with Rachel Wojo on lifeaudio.com or your favorite podcast app now.